Summer is finally here. The weather's warm, the sun is shining, and we're all headed out to the beach to relax and enjoy the water. But if there's one thing horror movies have taught us, it's that maybe you shouldn't go in there. Because while sharks tend to get all the attention, lakes have their own legends. All around the world, people have reported seeing strange creatures lurking just beneath the surface. So grab your sunscreen, and maybe don't dangle your feet off the dock. Today, we are diving into some of the world's most interesting lake monsters. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Cryptid Club. I'm your host, Natalie Rose, and while we all know about Nessie, there are several other lake monsters that warrant our attention and our concern. Today we are talking about some of the lesser known lake legends. Before we get started, if you're not a member of the club just yet, hit that like button for me and be sure to subscribe because we talk all about cryptids all of the time and we want you in on that conversation. Deep beneath the waters of Okanagan Lake in British Columbia, legends tell of a mysterious creature known as Ogopogo. Described as a long serpentine animal with multiple humps rising above the surface, it has captivated locals and visitors alike for well over a century. The legend was first recorded by Europeans in 1872, but its fame among indigenous communities goes back much further. For centuries, the lake was home to stories shared by the Silix people about a powerful spiritual being associated with the water. Silix natives regarded the Ogopogo, which they called the Naitaka, as an evil supernatural entity with great power and ill intent. In native lore, Naitaka demanded a live sacrifice for safe crossing of the lake, so for hundreds of years, First Nations people would actually sacrifice small animals before entering the water. A woman named Susan Allison's sighting was the first detailed Ogopogo account from a white settler. She was actually the first non-native person to live in the region, establishing relations with the people. In 1968, Art Folden noticed something moving in the lake. He pulled off the road and filmed what he claimed to be footage of the alleged creature showing a large wake moving across the water. Folden estimated that the Ogopogo was 100 meters long, and a computer analysis of this footage actually concluded it was a solid three-dimensional object. Since then, many more have claimed to witness Ogopogo gliding through the lake, leaving unusual wakes or briefly surfacing before disappearing beneath the water. Beneath the still waters of the Great Lakes and surrounding rivers, stories tell of a powerful being known as the Mini Peshu, often called the underwater panther. The name itself actually translates to Great Lynx, and the creature is said to live on Michipicoten Island in Lake Superior. For generations, many indigenous peoples have described this mysterious creature as a guardian of deep waters, respected for its immense power and unpredictable nature. The Mini Peshu is commonly depicted with the body of a large feline, sharp horns, and long, powerful tail. In many traditions, it's believed to dwell beneath the surface where it can stir storms, create dangerous currents, and protect sacred places hidden in the depths. Rather than being viewed simply as a monster, the Mini Peshu actually holds deep spiritual significance for native populations. Different indigenous nations have their own teachings and stories. To the Algonquins, the underwater panther was the most powerful underworld being. The Ojibwe traditionally held them to be masters of all water creatures, actually, including snakes. Today, the legend of Mini Peshu continues to inspire artists, storytellers, and researchers alike, whether understood as a spiritual being, a cultural symbol, or one of North America's most enduring legends. Deep in South America, near Bariloche, Argentina, a sea serpent has captured the fascination of the people for centuries. Starting back with Portuguese sailors in the 16th century, many claim to see an enormous plesiosaur-style monster in Nahuelhuapi Lake. They call him Nahuelito, and he's basically Nessie's Latin cousin. We've actually covered him on the channel before. This creature has inspired search parties, artwork, and even a government-sanctioned expedition in the early 1900s. Unfortunately, they were shut down after only a few days. I guess there was a confusing back and forth about permits and a lack of substantial evidence. The group was also actually met with intense criticism from the press, but the sightings persisted, and everyone wondered what this creature could be. Nahuelito is most often described as a large, dark-colored aquatic creature with a long, flexible neck, a small horse or reptile head, and a massive body measuring anywhere from 15 to over 100 feet in length. Many witnesses report seeing several humps rising above the water as it swims, giving it a serpentine appearance, while others describe it as having flippers and a body resembling a prehistoric plesiosaur. Its skin is typically said to be smooth and gray or dark brown, and sightings often involve the creature gliding silently across the surface before disappearing beneath the cold waters of the lake. Sightings have occurred as recently as 2020, so the hunt for him continues. Keep your eyes peeled. This legendary 500-pound cryptid is said to inhabit the waters of Folk Lake in Churubusco, Indiana. Affectionately nicknamed Oscar, this creature resembles a giant snapping turtle. Since 1949, this dinner table-sized legend made headlines but was never officially found by the massive Town Turtle Committee. The story starts back in 1898, when a farmer named Oscar Folk claimed to have seen a turtle in the waters of his property. 50 years and no further sightings later, two fishermen sitting by the water reported spotting the massive creature stirring up the sand. This sparked a month-long hunt that made the beast a national phenomenon. Locals and tourists alike joined forces in the hunt and even formed the Turtle Committee previously mentioned. After hiring deep-sea divers with no luck finding the animal, Harris eventually drained the lake, and unfortunately, nothing was ever found. Today, the town loves being known for the critter, erecting a 12-foot statue in the town park and even hosting the multi-day Turtle Days festival, with games, parades, and turtle races. Deep within the remote waters of Alaska's Iliamna Lake lies one of North America's most famous lake monster legends, the Iliamna Lake Monster, often nicknamed Ili. For generations, fishermen, pilots, and local residents have reported seeing a massive unknown creature. Descriptions of Ili do vary, but many witnesses describe it as a huge aquatic animal with a dark gray or black body, broad back, and a length that could reach anywhere from 15 feet to over 30 feet. Some accounts compare it to a giant sturgeon, while others describe something a little more mysterious, with a powerful tail and a shape unlike any known species. Stories of the creature have circulated for decades, with sightings often involving unusual wakes, large shapes moving below the water, or brief glimpses of something surfacing before vanishing into the depths. While some researchers believe that sightings may be explained by large fish, waves, or other natural causes, others continue to wonder if something unknown could be hiding. Whether Ili is an undiscovered animal or a case of mistaken identity, the mystery of the Iliamna Lake Monster continues to capture attention. In a lake vast enough to hide countless secrets, the possibility of something unexplained beneath the surface keeps the legend alive. I hope you've enjoyed lounging by the lakeside with us today as we discuss some of our flippered and finned cryptid friends. If you're still catching a tan, head over to our TikTok page where we share more cryptid content, and also check us out on Instagram where we keep you updated on all of our important upcoming events and exciting endeavors. I'll see you later, but for now, good night, sleep tight, and don't let the monsters bite. Keep your toes out of the lake.